You can make it? You can do it?
I'll do it.
I have to like literally hold his hand because he's nervous. It's all good. Yeah. Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. I am here with husband.
Hi everybody.
This is Barry. He is insanely nervous to be here. He thinks that talking to a camera doesn't quite feel natural, does it?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. But I'm beside him. We're going to get through it. He is a sport, and he's doing this for Valentine's Day.
For you.
For me. So, what I thought we would do is not exactly the husband tag, because the husband tag has a ton of questions, and there's no way I'm getting him to answer a bunch of questions without having, like, a minor breakdown. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But what I thought we would do is just maybe chat a little bit. And I'm going to test out the kissability of lipsticks, because what better day to be kissing on people than Valentine's Day? So what I have on right now is from Beauty Bakery in the shade Très Jolie? I don't know. Très Jolie. Let's go with that. I know it's not. I know it's French, but I always feel like a tit when I talk French. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is I already have it on, and I'm going to kiss him.
Yay me.
Yeah, right? I think he's got the better end of this deal, but I'm going to kiss him. We're going to see which ones are transfer proof. I've got 6 to try out, and then we'll end it after that.
Sounds good to me.
All right, and then we'll go to bed because it's late. And our son likes to wake up in the middle of the night, and it's this guy who's the hero who goes to the rescue, picks up the baby, and then I don't know what he does all night because I go back to sleep, and he takes care of him. So you're awesome. Anyways, I get to kiss you now.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so I need to do it strategically because I've got 6 lipsticks, and I need to remember which one's which. So I'm going to start here. Then we'll go here, and then on the other side.
Okay.
Okay? Yay! And there's nothing! So, I have to remember that was number 1.
Okay.
So that was that. And then I'm going to use my Urban Decay Meltdown Makeup Remover to take these lipsticks off, or else my lips are not going to be happy. So, while I'm doing this and waiting for it to work its magic...
Do I get to use that on my forehead when I'm done?
Yeah. Unless you just want to like wear lipstick marks on your head all night. That could be fine.
I got nowhere to go.
Why don't we tell the lovely people how we met?
How we met.
How we met.
The lovely Miss Kara and I met online through a dating website called lavalife.com.
And when was that? When was that?
15 years ago.
15 years ago? It was around this time, 15 years ago, that we started chatting.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, it totally was. So 15 years ago, this guy reached out to me on Lava Life before online dating was like a thing, really.
Yeah.
Like it had been like, Lava Life had been around. It was like the phone in kind of like chat with people. Like you only saw commercials for it really late at night. And they had like just made the transition to online. And I had recently broken up with somebody. Doesn't matter who. And I thought, what the hell? I'll try this online thing. What not? Why not? And then I met a bunch of other people. And I met you. You were in the mix.
Yeah.
And you and I had a date.
We went on one date.
We went on one date. We went and saw, what was it? Spider-Man.
Yes,
right?
the original.
The, like, OG Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then had dinner, and I remember trying to impress you with like how many hockey players I knew, and he's just like, yeah, I don't watch sports. And I'm like, and you're the one. There it is. And then after that I dated somebody else for like almost a year.
But during that time, you and I became really good friends. We chit-chatted on like MSN Messenger. And
that's how long ago we started dating, was MSN Messenger.
But it was like every day. We became the best of friends.
And it turned out that we lived down the street from each other, technically.
Maybe 20 minutes away.
Yeah. Okay, and this is not about how well these lipsticks apply, so if I look a little crazed, it's okay. But this one is ABH Rio, one of my favorites. Yeah, so I dated him for a little while, and they met. We all hung out as like a social group, and then he and I broke up for whatever reason. And then it was like, what, like a month later, you swooped in?
I swooped in?
He totally made the moves.
You're going to hear the rest of that story after this lipstick. You guys
All
need to be
right.
the judge.
All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mwah! This is turning out really boring. You're getting off pretty easily here. There's just a little tiny bit.
That's what she said.
So ABH is another kiss-proof option if you're looking for one for V-Day. Let's take that one off and move on to the next. So, yeah.
So, this has been an ongoing battle between Kara and I. We each accuse each other of
causing all of this happiness and marital bliss.
Putting the moves on the other one. We, as friends, were at my house one night, and there was another friend over with us, and we were watching The Matrix.
Right, because Matrix 2 was coming out, and I was still like, what the fuck is going on with this movie? I had no idea. I'd watched The Matrix, right over. So he's like, I'll explain it to you. And then he didn't explain it to me. I still don't know what the hell the red pill, blue pill bullshit is, but I got a husband out of the deal. So, nice. It was really late. We watched that. I had been at work that day.
Yes.
And so I didn't get to your place until really late. And then we ended up watching some like random cartoon, like late night TV.
It was Harvey
Birdman, attorney. It was random as hell. And we were just, it was like watching a train wreck. Like I was completely fascinated, but also was like, I have no idea what's going on here.
I forgot all about Harvey Birdman. I forgot all about it.
And so he's like, well, why don't you just stay over? Like it's super late. I think I had to work the next day. It doesn't matter. And so I did. Should I even tell people that we like shared a pull-out bed? We weren't even dating and we slept in the same bed. And all that evening, like, we'd sat together on the couch, and it wasn't like, there was never any real moment where I was like, tee, I hope he likes me. But it was just like, you went like this, I leaned like my head on his shoulder, and I was just like, I'm home. Like that was the feeling that I had. I was like, this has never felt more right in my life, like really, truly. And so it was time to go to bed, turn the lights off, and then his hand found my hand in the dark, and then we kissed. And the rest is history. And I woke up in the morning, I remember, and I didn't feel awkward at all. I mean, that's all we did, right? Like your other friend was there. It's not like we did anything more than kiss. Let's put it that way. We did not. But I still wasn't like, well, that was really weird. Tee-hee, okay, I'm out of here. It was like, it felt like we'd been dating for like over a year. Like it just felt so comfortable. There was nothing weird about it at all. It was just a natural progression because we'd been such good friends and so close that, ow, there it was. Ow, I just stabbed myself with my earring. Son of a bitch.
Good job. You can't wear those earrings. Go.
No, they're terrible. But even like before, because that was in May, we started dating. And it was the Christmas before that you gave me, and I still have it, it's a keychain with a little ladybug in resin or whatever, and it glows in the dark. And that sounds completely ridiculous, but I had taken a entomology course in university, random fact, and I'd had to actually like do a bug collection. So when we were still friends, I had like a big pin board with like a gajillion bugs stabbed through anyways, and he gave me that because he figured bugs were my interest or something. I don't know. Anyways, it meant a lot to me. I still have it. My roommate at the time was like, why are you dating dude X? You should clearly be with Barry. I'm like, because it's Barry. Not in a negative way, but just like, that's my best friend. Like, it just had never occurred to me, which means I'm a foolish woman because clearly it should have occurred to me.
Right.
So that was that.
I was totally friend-zoned at first, but...
Yeah, totally friend-zoned, like hardcore. Gonna kiss you right here.
Okay.
Okay?
Bring it up.
Mwah.
Hey.
Son of a bitch, we need to get into some that are actually going to transfer proof for us. This is just boring. Lime Crime True Love. And I don't want to hear that Lime Crime is a terrible, horrible brand. Whatever. I'm here for the makeup. That's I am not socially conscious, I guess, is the take-home message from that. People hate on certain brands. And,
yeah, it's Joppa.
And
So how does this thing work?
I, honest to God, have no idea, but it's fantastic.
Okay.
It's like an oil-based thing, and it just cuts down through whatever the lipstick is, and it works amazingly. And it really keeps me from having to scrub up my lips because you can see how easy it is to come off. So, then what? So that was May, and in July of that same year, my dad died. And we'd obviously only been dating for 2 months at that point. But you were actually in the hospital the night that he died. And we slept in like the green room, like the waiting room or whatever. And I remember you like slept on the floor, and he wouldn't leave my side because we knew it was imminent with my dad. It was cancer, and they had called us up and said, you need to be here tonight. And you were really respectful though, I remember, because we'd only been together for a short time. And you wouldn't like come into the room or anything. I am taking this off now, right? Yeah. Wow. I can't do multiple things at a time. But you're like, no, this is time for family and all that. But he was just such a great support, and it was such a horrible time. I mean, not just my dad dying, but all the stuff that led up to it. Like, it just, if you've never experienced cancer firsthand, like, it's just such a terrible disease that just eats away at the person that you once knew. And his was in his brain as well, so it really altered his personality. And I wish that you had got to know him before the cancer sort of did its number, because he was an amazing, amazing guy. But the day after my dad died, I ended up passing out in the bathroom because I had such a terrible fever. And my roommates took me over to the walk-in clinic, and I knew I had a bladder infection. Like, one knows these things. And the doctor was clearly new at her job, I believe, because she comes into the exam room. You weren't there. She comes into the exam room and she's like, so you're slightly pregnant. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? She says, you're slightly pregnant. And I was like, I feel like there's not really degrees with pregnancy. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like you are or you're not, because like, what does slightly mean? Like, I'm having an arm?
Great area for this.
It is it or it isn't, right? So she then referred me to the hospital, but wouldn't let me go unless somebody drove me. And so they called this guy. And that was also during the whole SARS thing. Does anybody remember SARS? I don't even remember what it stands for, but it was like hospitals were a big freaking nightmare at that time. And so I had to call him. I'm like, yeah, so, and by the way, they think, we've only been dating 2 months, buckle in, but they think I might be pregnant. And like immediately the words out of your mouth, like without a pause, I'm on my way. Like, you weren't like, yes, see you later, or like anything. I just about washed this off without kissing you, or any of that. You know what, I could just kiss you on this side because fucking nothing's showing up yet. Ha! Yes! We got some.
We got
one. This is the Lancome Pink Power, one of their matte shakers. I feel like they might have reformulated, or this is like the new one, because the other matte ones that I had before, like the original shades, they're super transfer proof, and this one clearly is not. So you're stained. I marked my territory.
On gun.
So as it turns out, not pregnant, not even slightly, not even a little pregnant, full-on bladder infection. But good to know where he was at, that he didn't run for the hills. He just kind of showed up and he was like, well, we'll handle this together, we'll see what it is, and we'll go from there. And that was amazing. It really was. He was a stand-up guy. Not that I have much experience with pregnancy scares with other men, but, or any experience, but there it is. Yeah. Oh.
Freaking cat.
Patches, my God. He's in here and he's knocking lights over. He's out there and he's like, I want to be in. No, you're a menace.
He loves us.
He does. He is sweet.
He loves us, except when we pet him. And he's like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. pretty much, or you walk by him and he attacks. Oh, what happened then? There was a whole lot of life in between then and now. I went to law school. You repeatedly talked me off the ledge during that whole fiasco. We moved in fairly quickly after we started dating, about a year.
Yeah.
Right, when I started law school. And we haven't killed each other yet. So there's that. And
You've hardly even fought. Like,
no, have we ever yelled at each other?
I don't think so.
Honest to God, I don't think so. We don't even really fight though, do we? I wouldn't say.
Not at all.
Like, you know, I mean...
We disagree, but we respect each other enough to communicate the problems that we have, and
yeah.
And we accept it and we try to work it out. It's literally as simple as that.
Yeah, like it sounds kind of made up because, like, at least in my job, I see, well, not your job too, but you see a lot of people fighting, and a lot of people come to me and they're like, yeah, well, we had, you know, we fought just like every couple does. I'm like, but we don't. Maybe there's something wrong with us. I don't know, maybe one day, like...
We're both just such pushovers.
I think we're both just lazy. We're just like...
Tell that to the garbage that won't take itself out.
Right? We're like type Z personalities, so like there's very little in this world that I'm so head up about that I'm going to fight over. Yeah, it's not worth it, most of the stuff, right? So, honestly, I think that's the key to our success at marriage anyways, is that, like, he is my best friend. Absolute, hands down, best friend. And I don't want to hurt you. Like, I would never call you names or just be mean or spiteful.
Yeah.
I'll give you the cold shoulder every now and then. I will admit that.
I usually deserve it.
But, like, I've said in a different video that when I get, like, super stressed out, I will lash out at you. It's not okay. But you don't take it personally, right? Like, you don't react to it. You know that about me, and it's something that I wish I could change about myself. Yeah. But I also don't think that I, like, you know, do one of those, like, put, like, poke the bear kind of deal and, like, try to get a rise out of you. You're just kind of like, Chapman, you're being stupid. And then I kind of realize, yeah, I am. Anyways, I'm going to kiss you.
All right.
I don't know why I'm taking so much pleasure in this. Rouge Edition Velvet from Bourgeois. I should stop picking French things. Gorgeous. Because I'm terrible at saying it. So, 2012, we had a baby girl. Mm-hmm. And she brought a whole new level to us. And every time I saw you with her, I fell in love with you a little bit more. Because you're so good. He's so good. He's such a great dad.
I like kids.
And it took us a while to decide whether or not we were going to have a second. You weren't as on board.
I wasn't.
Like, it was me being like, I think we should. And he's like, yeah, hard pass. I'm like, no. We can totally do this. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. No, I mean, you came around to it and you were every bit on board, right? Like, it wasn't like I forced the issue or anything. It just took a lot of talking and really, like, deciding when the right time would be and whatnot. And then it took a year and a half after we decided before we, funny fact, I got another bladder infection. And I said to him, I'm like, swear to God, if the doctor tells me that I'm slightly pregnant, I am out of there. So what happens? I go on my own because I know what it is. And she's like, and did you know? I'm like, did I know what? And she's like, you're pregnant. I'm like, fuck you. I was a little more diplomatic than that, but it was just like, she must have thought that I was just like a horrible reactor because I was like, the fuck I am. But yeah, no, I was. And now we have little baby Bennett.
Little baby Bennett.
And how many more do you want?
I'm going to say 0.
Yeah?
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this shit. Way too old for this shit.
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree. If it... It's going to sound ridiculous, but if it wasn't for the lack of sleep and, like, the cost of it all, I would have all the babies in the world. I really would.
We make cute babies.
We make really cute babies. He's an awesome father. We have a happy home. Like, it's a good home for kids. But I like having free time. I hate being pregnant. And we're good. like, honestly, with Bennett, it really does feel like our family is complete. I think.
Yeah,
I think. And he's so freaking cute. We lucked out with that kid. My goodness. Okay.
Hit me, baby.
I'm gonna kiss you in the mouth.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Mwah. Oh, you lucked out.
Oh,
There it
is it?
That's the Fenty Stunna lip paint.
You're the stunner.
You're the Stunna. Hey, can I put it on you?
No, you cannot put it on me.
So, if we can rank them, any of these options are fantastic. So Beauty Bakery, ABH, or Lime Crime, those ones were all like completely transfer proof. There was a tiny bit with the ABH, but Beauty Bakery locked down. Like there was nothing left. And same with Lime Crime. The original shades from the Juicy Mattes or the Matte Shakers, those ones are far more transfer proof than the newer released shades. And then these two were not transfer proof at all, as we can see. So thank you for being such a good sport.
Thank you for having me.
I know you were nervous.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it.
But maybe I'll be able to get them on again sometime. Maybe you can do my makeup.
I would like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Maybe one.
Anyways, guys, I hope you're having a very happy Valentine's Day. If you're not in the Valentine's Day kind of spirit, then fuck Valentine's Day. Whichever way we want to go with it, that is completely up to you. At the end of the day, it's just a day. It really is. We don't do Valentine's Day stuff anymore because we're an old married couple.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Every day's Valentine's Day.
Aw, see? Where's my flowers? Anyways.
I got them for you yesterday.
Okay. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, do you know what I say?
No.
You don't know what I say? Do you not watch my videos?
I watched them.
He's not going to say it. Until then, just be a decent human being.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, see? It's that simple. Just don't be a dick. Alright, bye for now, guys.